In this lecture, I want to motivate the move from deductive to inductive logic. So let's start with some examples. Here are three arguments. Argument 1, I need to be at the University of Maryland by 11 a.m., so therefore Lily needs to be at the bus stop by 9 a.m. Here's the second argument. Anne will have salad or steak. Anne will not have steak, so therefore Anne will have salad. And finally, the last argument. Anne brought her laptop to the first three lectures, so therefore Anne will bring her laptop to today's lecture. According to deductive logic, the first and the third argument are invalid. It's possible for the premise to be true and yet the conclusion to be false. For example, in the first argument, it's possible that I really do need to be at the University of Maryland by 11 a.m., yet Lily doesn't need to be at the bus stop by 9 a.m. For example, she might be on spring break or ill and not going to school. Similarly, just because Anne brought her laptop to the first three lectures, it doesn't follow that Anne will bring her laptop to today's lecture. Why not? Well, Anne may forget her laptop, or she might be sick and not coming to class for today's lecture. However, argument 2, on the other hand, is in fact valid. It's impossible that both premises are true, and yet the conclusion is false. If it's true that Anne will have salad or steak, it's also true that Anne will not have steak, then it must be true that Anne will have salad. And if we were to try to formalize these arguments in sentential logic, then we can quickly see, based on the logical form, that these arguments are in fact valid and invalid. So the first argument, I need to be at the University of Maryland by 9 a.m., so therefore Lily needs to be at her bus stop. I need to be at the University of Maryland by 11 a.m., so therefore Lily needs to be at the bus stop by 9 a.m. Those will be represented by two different atomic propositions. And one can clearly find a truth value assignment that makes U true and L false. Similarly, for the third argument, we will introduce an atomic proposition for each week that Anne brings her laptop to the lecture. So L1 means that Anne brought her laptop to lecture 1. L2, Anne brought her laptop to lecture 2. L3, Anne brought her laptop to lecture 3. And then L4 is going to be a completely different atomic proposition saying that Anne brought her laptop to the current lecture or lecture 4. One can easily find a truth value assignment that makes L1 true, L2 true, and L3 true, yet L4 is false, because these are four different atomic propositions, and you can assign truth values however you want to the different atomic propositions. On the other hand, the second argument, it's not possible to find a truth value assignment that makes A or S true, so we want A or S to be true, not S to be true, and somehow make A false. If A or S is true, then either A is true or S is true. But then if you tell me that S is in fact false because not S is true, the only way for that to happen is if A is in fact true. So according to deductive logic, argument 2 is valid, but argument 1 and 3 are both invalid. However, there's something good about this third argument. We do think that seeing Anne bring her laptop to the first three lectures does give us a reason to believe that she will bring her laptop to the current lecture or to the fourth lecture. And that's what inductive logic is trying to get at. What exactly is it about this fourth argument, or about reasoning in the style of the fourth argument, that makes us justified in believing that Anne will bring her laptop to the fourth lecture, given that we have the evidence that she brought her laptop to the first three lectures? So, when you evaluate an argument, you are typically interested in two things. First of all, you're of course interested, are the premises true? The second thing, and this is in some sense more crucial for a logician, supposing that the premises are true, what kind of support do the premises give the conclusion? And we do think, going back to the previous argument, that seeing Anne bring her laptop to the first 3 lectures does offer some support to the conclusion that Anne will bring her laptop to the 4th lecture. It's not perhaps as strong as the support that these 2 premises provide to its conclusion in the second argument. But it does provide good support, perhaps stronger support than in the first argument, in which me showing up at Maryland at 11 a.m. doesn't seem to have anything to do with the fact that Lily needs to be at her bus stop by 9 a.m. So, as a reminder, an argument is deductively valid if and only if it's impossible that its conclusion is false while its premises are true. An inductively strong argument is an argument such that it is improbable that its conclusion is false while its premises are true. So the key idea in moving from deductive validity to inductively strong is to replace impossible with improbable. So we weaken impossibility to improbability. There's also going to be a question about how we understand what it means to say it's improbable that its conclusion is false while its premises are true. So that's what we're going to move to next. We're going to introduce some way of formalizing what it means for an argument to be inductively strong.